Okay, so gonna go ahead, find ourselves just in a nice slow cat-cow. Okay, so find your hands all sprayed out, toes all splayed out. And let's just go and see how slow you can wave your spine to start today. As you're doing that, just bringing in your breath to help facilitate whatever way it wants. And as you're doing that and the breath's helping and you're in flow of your spine, notice if your body wants to move in different ways. Maybe it wants to get into some corners of your body, wants to wave in, moving side to side. That's going to be really just up to you and what you're noticing and feeling. And it's just starting to invite that the body gets a say in this workout today. And so just really checking in, using your breath, using your movement to fully land here. Remember that mind-body connection. Maybe your thoughts need a little breathing into. Maybe you need a little tension release in there. Notice how your body would like to just find this communication between the mind and the body to set our intentions moving forward and really noting what you need to do that. Really noticing yourself here in space, coming into what it feels like to be held on the floor, what it feels like to have your clothes on your skin. What do you hear? What do you see? On those inhales, can you notice any smells? And on those exhales, can you notice any flavors or taste in the mouth? And then we're just going to bring this into a plank. So maybe shake out your wrists a little bit. Okay. And then just finding yourself into that beast plank. Take a couple breaths here as we add some tension in. Take that out. Shake it out. We're going to take that into beast down dog. Okay. So bring that tension back in with then exhale. Inhale, open up through the hips, get the head through the window of the arms. Exhale, notice the lats and the hips really creasing again. Tap those knees, press the seat bones up to the ceiling, head through the window of the arms. And just start to flow through with the breath here. We're just going to go for 3 more reps. On your pace, on your curiosity. What does your body need? The right amount of mind and body together, tension and openness. And then we'll just bring one leg up into a lunge here, but keep your hands as if you're still in that beast plank. We're going to take that arm and just rotate that and do some circles on the ceiling, looking up and watching. Am I making circles on the ceiling? I don't want to go to the wall. Can I smooth it out? Maybe move through my neck a little bit. I need that to remind myself. Change directions. Getting curious on it, and then just bringing it into a big rainbow reach for 3. Use your breath here. And then switch over to the other side. Keeping that nice, a long spine, rib cage, pelvis stack, then rotate. Get that arm up and come for those circles. And noticing that they're still on the ceiling. How big can you make them where they stay on the ceiling? And change directions. If you get a sticky spot, notice, for me, I cranked my neck, so I'm going to move that neck a little bit and come back and remind myself I don't have to try and make it so big. I'm not going to push into the comfort zone. Okay, I'm gonna grow it by honoring what feels true. Go ahead for those 3 rainbow reaches, watching your hand as you go. Oof. Awesome. Nice. You're gonna slowly get yourself up to a stand, whatever way feels best for you. I'm going to take that into a forward fold and roll my spine up. And shake that out. Kind of orientate myself into a standing position the same way that I did in my cat and cow, coming to those external senses, right? How do I feel on the ground? What do I see? What do I hear? How does it smell? What does it taste like? And then coming for that internal check-in, right? What is happening in my thoughts? What kind of images am I holding? Noticing the posture that I'm in and how does that feel? What kind of sensations are there? And what kind of emotions? Now we're all fully checked in. Maybe some last little tools of moving that make you feel into your body. We are going to really move right into a complex today, okay? So nice lightweight. I'm going to put my mat on an angle here so you can see it. I'm going to back it up, make sure I'm in the camera okay here. I'm going to show it to you first, okay? So go ahead and get a, a lightweight, okay? Because we're just starting, but not too light that you don't get feedback. Okay, so your lightweight might be different because you've been here for a while. So here's what it's going to look like. First, just watch, okay? So coming on in, like we're going to deadlift, we're going to get up over top of that bell and then go for a nice little B stance, kickstand. I want you to imagine that there's this broken ice. So I don't want to step back into it or I'll fall through the ice. So it's very minimal toe touch. Okay. You're going to come on in. We're going to go for a row and then a clean in this B stance. You're going to practice that chicken with the bell, come back and find yourself in a single leg deadlift and balance. And then from here, clean and find yourself into a lunge. And then we're going to press it up, pull it down, and step in. And then we're going to do that 3 times on one side. Okay. So I'll wait for everyone to grab the bell that they need. Amazing. So step up over that bell. Have the bell closer to the hand that you're going to be holding it with. Okay. Take that same leg and kickstand it back. Take an inhale and an exhale like you did in your beast plank. Shove your hips back like you did in the down dog. Let's go for that row. Elbow comes back behind. Bring that back down and then clean it up. Perfect. From here, go ahead and bring it back down. And then you're going to find your balance. If you need your toe down, that's okay. But teach that this one's going to be like a deadlift. Okay, so really push that hip back. From here, we're going to take off and clean and come into a front lunge. Okay, so make sure that back knee's towards the floor. I don't want it out straight. So bend that back knee. Everyone's in their lunge. And we're in the middle of our lunge and you're going to press. You're going to pull it down and then push off that front leg to come on in. Okay, let's go ahead, find the B stance. Come back down into the hinge. Row it out. Clean it up. You got to clean and stand. You got to use your hips so you won't be in that back leg. Everyone should be standing with it just a little bit. Yeah. From here, shove the hip back. And we're going to clean it up and step into a lunge. Hold into your lunge and press.
Pull it back down. Push off that front leg to find your legs together in that front rack. Find the B stance. Shove your hip back. Find yourself in that single leg deadlift and a row. From here, you're going to really imagine you're just cleaning, but you have one leg. Open up the hips to come into that clean. Good. From here, in that same B stance, come back here and push that leg out. See if you can find balance. Okay, then from here, into that lunge. Good. And then press. Pull it down. And then set that down. Woo! Good morning. Good morning. How does that feel? Shake it out. That was a lot of thinking to start the day. Kettlebell should be on the ground. Should be resetting and thinking and feeling. Both get to happen. Okay. First of all, what did that feel like? We're like, that's a lot to think. Was the brain kind of overstimulated? Can you be with that? Honor it. Go, whew, okay. Okay. Then come into the body. What's the body saying? Is it holding any tension? Can we let that go? Okay, we're going to go and move it to the other side. And before you do, I invite you to just notice what was on the other side of hearing those thoughts, noticing the body holding tension. What do we feel on the other side? And how can we invite that? Is we know we're going to probably come back into some thinking and tension. So can we just hold the hand of some relaxation to come alongside with us on the other side? Okay, if we have thoughts are like, oh, that was my good side. I wonder if this side could be worse. Any of those kinds of things, you're just going to honor and say, come with me. We're going to smooth this out and feel. What we choose to look for will happen. Okay, so let's go ahead, step up over that bell, have it close to the side that you're going to hold with, and take that same leg back into a little kickstand like we don't want to break the ice. From here, you know how to set this up. Inhale, exhale, shove the hip back. Go for that, grab your bell and do a nice row. Elbow comes behind you. And then from here, we're going to come on up into that clean, really using that front leg. From there, bring that back into that staggered stance. Lean forward, see if you can find balance. If not, just keep your toe on the ground. And we're going to go ahead and use this front leg to open my hips and then land in a lunge. Yes. Notice my ribcage pelvis stacked. I'm in the middle of my lunge. Okay, I'm going to press up here, pull down, be in that front rack, and then push back. Beautiful. Take that leg that has the bell kick, do that little kickstand. From here, shove your hips back, do like a hinge drop. Good. You're going to row. You're going to come on in, clean it up, open up through that hip, that front leg. Excellent. From here, let's go back into that hinge drop. Elbows kind of rose back and come into that hinge drop. You got it. From here, can I find a little balance, like a single leg deadlift? Remember, your toe can be on the ground. From here, you're going to push that front leg, clean it up, and land into a lunge. Yes. Find your balance. Feel strong here. Do what you need to do, and then press. Use your breath to exhale. Inhale, bring it down. Next exhale, push. Find yourself back. Well done. From here, kickstand your leg. Find yourself in that hinge drop. Go for a nice row. Go for a clean. Using your breath. From here, back to the hinge drop. Find your balance, whatever that feels like for you today. And then go ahead, push off that front leg to clean and then land in a lunge. Find your balance here. And press. Pull it down. Push off that top leg. And then set that weight down for you in a hinge drop. Woo. Take a moment. Notice how you feel. That was a lot of thinking. I like it. We're going to play and have some fun with this. Okay? We're not going to bring any weight with us anymore. I'm just going to put that to the side. I want you to really feel settled after what just happened. Okay, so what's your body naturally doing? Does it want to shake? Is it swaying? Is there thoughts that need to be heard and understood and processed? Is there any parts holding tension? We're going to come on into our pogo hops. Okay, so I want to show those pogo hops. We're going to think about cushions being in all of our joints. Okay, so little airbags. I want you to think of the first toe joints has cushions in it. Head your way up and imagine, how can I get cushions? And that could be a felt sensation. Doesn't have to, if you're not visual, that's okay. Do you need to move your legs, right? Okay, so you just need to hear me say it, whatever feels right for you. Maybe you need to hear yourself say it, and do that all the way up the chain, noticing, okay, I got some cushions in my joints, in my knees, and my hips, even inside my pelvis, inside my rib cage, okay, inside my shoulders, like around my collarbone even, my neck, my elbows, and my wrists and fingers, my jaw, okay, my brain. They all have some cushions around them. But then I'm going to bring in my plank that I've done. Okay, so keep the cushions. Now take an inhale softly through your nose, like we don't hear it, tongue to the roof of your mouth. And then fully exhale, like you're exhaling out and fogging a mirror. All the way, all the way, all the way. Now notice that we have some tension on. Can we keep that on while we still have some softness in our joints? Do another inhale. Exhale. We're going to do one more just to get those to be friends. Both get to be true. And then we're going to go ahead and do our pogos from here, just 10 jumps. So the first 10 jumps, I want you to really let the cushions be the lead. So your mind's eye is just feeling cushions in your joints. Okay, so let's go for 10 jumps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then pause. Take a moment to feel. Okay. How did that feel? What did you learn? Shake off and get ready for that plank position again. And this time we're going to notice how solid of a plank we have and how it feels. Okay, so take an inhale, exhale, 10 jumps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Good. Notice how it felt. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and say, hey, both of you just had a chance to be heard and understood. How are you going to work together? And we're going to do our last set of pogo hops where we feel cushions in our joints and strong core, but we're just going to feel it. We don't have to dictate it from our mind. Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, and 10 jumps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Okay, so set that tone. Take a moment, feel that, because we're going to use it and we're going to add layers into it. Okay, we've already done all these moves. We're going to do what we call a pop, jump, lunge, I think. I don't know. I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah. So you're going to come on into a pogo, and then you're going to land into a lunge. You're going to come out of here, pogo, and land into a lunge. Okay, we're going to get 5 of these on each side. Remind yourself, both pieces get to be here, cushions and strength. Set that intention and look for it. Okay, here we go. And pogo, land. Pogo, land. Pogo, so you don't jump to the next one. Your feet come together. So you're going to pogo, land. Together and land. Good. So try not to go to the next one. Yeah, that's it. Good. Beautiful. Get 5 of those on each side. Noticing how they feel. Once you've done 5 on each side, take a break and just notice how it felt. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Nice. Finding some ease there. Good. Shake that off. We're going to do 3 rounds of this, right? That was the first one to be like, oh, wow, okay. Okay. Next one is like, okay, I'm going to make this just a little bit more improved. What does that mean for you? What do you need to do to make that feel better? Just pick one thing. Now, is it inviting more cushion, or is it inviting more spring? Is it inviting more tension because you're off balance? Do you feel like you're hitting the ground? That means you have too much tension. If you feel unbalanced, you probably have not put enough tension on. Okay? You don't feel springy. I would just invite that you might be a little bit nervous and not accepting. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's pick what feels true for you. You're going to go for 5 on each side. Again, you know the drill. Make sure you feel ready. Okay, and we're going to pogo and pogo. Make sure you're breathing. Good, keep going. Yeah, nice. Awesome. Total of 10 reps, and then you recover. Well done. Shake that off. Notice how you feel. Anything speaking to you? Maybe it needs some comfort. Oh, yeah, I see glutes. Good. Any skin stimulation? Shaking that out because we have one last encore round, the best round yet. Okay, just working into our power, feeling this, being in our bodies. Noticing if we're doing any sighs. That could be just you letting old stories go about this. I invite you to notice, for many of us, what kind of emotions are attached to this, because that will be really helpful for us to change a belief. Okay, so if you are just feeling like, oh, I did that, and you're feeling really elated, I invite you to let that in. If you're feeling a little bit frustrated because this is something I used to be able to do and my body's not, I invite you to let that in and notice what your body does. Okay, if you're just feeling indifferent, I invite you to let that in and just notice, hey, I don't really have any emotion around it, so it's kind of like, all it is about practicing what's true and then noticing if that's how you want it to be true going forward. Okay, so now you have a really good felt belief as you go forward. Beliefs are emotions. And then let's take that emotion and notice how that feels in the body. What kind of sensation is that in the body? So the body knows what to look for. Okay, let the mind witness that and notice the thoughts it has about that and maybe even some fun images. We know what the body's going to do. So as we go into these postures, let's use all these channels to help us make them feel beautiful. Okay, so when you're ready and you've set some clear feelings, emotions, thoughts, images, let's go into those postures. Okay, and pogo land, pogo land, pogo land, pogo land. Nice. I love what I see. Be in that. Honor that. Really beautiful work. Love that so much. You are doing so great. Get those 10 reps and settle in and check out how you feel on the other side of that. And again, go ahead and notice what your body wants to do. So come into that posture channel, what you're doing. And as you're with that, notice the sensations that are with it. And then let's bounce back and notice that emotion that we talked about. Okay. Did we feed it? Did it go maybe a little further away? None of it is good or bad. It's just curious. Okay. Noticing if maybe I need to lean into that belief a little more. Can I take in more belief with what do I need to feel a little bit more in the belief of what I want? Or am I really in this spot of belief or still feel indifferent? All of it's true. It's just like interesting information. And then just notice the thoughts that you hold around that and maybe any cool creative images that you could use moving forward. Okay, we are going to come on in and do some work with rows, cleans, rows, deadlifts, cleans, squats, and press. Okay, we're gonna all do it on one side. I'll show you what it looks like. You got 5 reps. I'm gonna do 2. Okay, so you're gonna come on in and apply and use all the things that we worked. All right, you're gonna come on in and go for 5 rows. You're then gonna go for 5 cleans. Nope, I'm gonna just start over. Shake it off, shake, 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 shake it off, shake it off. We're gonna go ahead and do 2 rows, 2 deadlifts. From here, I'm gonna have you step back, come on in for 5 swing cleans, and then into 5 squats. And then put your feet right and go for 5 push presses. You're then going to go ahead and set that weight down pretty. Take 15 seconds to feel what that felt like, and then head over to the other side, 5 of everything. I can do the first round with you. So find a medium-sized weight, heavier than what you were doing that lunge and single leg deadlift, okay? All right, I'm gonna start over on this side. So remind yourself, you're getting over that bell, you're owning it. It's gonna be closer to the handle, the hand that you're gonna work with. Take an inhale and an exhale, push those hips back. And we're gonna go for 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 5 deadlifts. 1, 2, keep that chest up. 3, notice if you have your hand on your thigh, we don't want that. 4, 5. Next one, step it back into that tripod, get that kettlebell on its edge, load up your hamstrings and your lat, chest tall, and then we're gonna come on in for swing clean. Use that hinge drop that we used. Hinge drop for 5. Notice when you finish that you didn't rotate towards the kettlebell. Keep it here. Once you've hit 5, make sure you're in a good squat stance. Turn the other side of your body on, 5 squats. Pull yourself down. Good. Once you're here, we're going to come on in, get our feet underneath our hips. And we're going to do a quick dip, quick, and press up. Pull it down. Quick dip. Pull it down. Make sure it's in the front rack. Quick dip. Pull it down. Quick dip. Good. And on the 5th one, open up your hips. Go for that nice little hinge drop. Set it down really pretty. Notice how that felt. Good, good. 25 reps. All right, you just took that weight, moved it all around, had to work on anti-rotation. Notice how that feels on that side. Notice how the other side feels too. Find yourself in the middle. Let's go ahead. We're coming up over our bell. We're going to go into those rows. Step over, bell's closer to the hand you're working with. Take an inhale and an exhale before you go. Shove those hips back, keep the chest tall. Okay, and row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, 5 deadlifts. Open the hips. 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one, you're going to step back, find that setup. And we're going to go for 5 cleans. Good. You're going to come on in, be in the front rack position here. Other arm has to be on, and going for 5 squats. Open the hips. Remember, knees forward, hips back. You're going in the middle. Think how we pushed out with those feet in our warm-up. Once you've hit 5, pause here. Get your feet a little narrower. Get them underneath your hips. Notice your other side does not want to be lazy. Pull down. Notice if you're turning your body. Keep your body light facing forward on those hip bones and your sternum. Good. Set it down pretty. Take a good 90-second break. I'm going to time that for us. Good. Okay. Beautiful. How's that feeling? Good. Beautiful. So just a reminder, as we're going overhead, I think that's a part where we maybe haven't talked about it a lot, but when I'm going overhead, I want to make sure that I didn't do this. Okay, so as you go overhead, especially when we add momentum to that, really be aware of that rib cage pelvis stacked, and you can think about your hip bones. They imagine they have lights, they need to face forward, and you just might struggle with this, and that's okay. Also, sternum will face forward. I want you to pause enough to notice, am I in that spot? And then pull down. Because you maybe just aren't pausing enough. You're already worried about the next rep. So just take a moment to pause and notice. Okay, we still have 30 seconds. I would invite this pause between all the movements, because also when you're coming from your cleans, there's still that push out and then go. So reminder, we can make this easier if we let gravity take it and then we hinge drop, so that this happens rather than push out, try and grab the weight, right? We come in, I'll show it here, and we can just loosen that grip, let gravity take it, hinge drop, then bring it in nice and close. You guys are doing it very well on the way up, but when you go like this. And can you see how I had to like absorb that weight? I want to come in, hold the weight, and it makes it come up so much smoother, okay? So all that means is pause between each movement. I'll do it with you again, but I want you to really be with each rep, okay? So here we go. Let's come on in, step up over our bells. We're going for the row. I'm gonna come on a little bit of an angle this. See it? Okay, so inhale, exhale, shove the hips back. Chest is tall. Notice where you're looking. From here, let's row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, same position, up and down. Notice where I'm looking. I can see that same place I'm looking, up and down. 4, 5. From here, I'm going to step myself back, find my bell here. I'm going to look at that same spot, weight in the heel, turn the lats on, hamstrings on. Come here, have patience, clean. Remember what we're pausing. Pay attention if you're letting gravity help you or you're punching it out. Always looking at that same spot. From here, get my feet ready. Looking at that same spot. Good. Still looking at that same spot. Get my feet ready. Elbows near my hip. Other side on. Quick dip. Pause. Notice, where are my lights flashing? Pull it down. Quick dip up. Where are my lights flashing? If they're here, just bring it back and let your body and mind know, I want that for next rep. It's like potty training. New patterns in your body. Set it down pretty. Nice. Nice. 90-second break. Oh no, sorry, 20-second break. Okay, before we go to the other side. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead. Let's step up over that bell. Okay. Take that inhale, that exhale. Find where you're going to look and keep that place that you're going to look through this. Okay. Set that intention that we created in the warm up of how this wants to feel emotionally, sensation wise. Okay. Thoughts and images, bring them along. Here we go. And row it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, we're moving to a new move. Deadlift. 2, keep looking. 3, 4, 5. Good. Find your gaze. Go ahead, find your setup here. Hamstrings, lats, core, gaze, and those cleans. Kind of putting that deadlift and row together. Row and stand up. Keep gazing. This 5th one, hold up, find your feet. Going to a new move. Other side on. Pause. Go ahead. Notice your legs. Turn those legs on. Quick dip. Remember those pogos we practiced? How can I have cushions in my joints? And core tension on. Always pausing to notice, did I rotate? If I did, bring it back. Tell the body, next rep, come here, please. Once you've done 5, have that same nice smoothness to put the bell down. Oh, 90-second break. How's that feeling? We got one more round of that, okay? It's 50 reps around. Take a moment and just appreciate that. Yes, you need rest. Notice what you need. Take everything you've learned about today, right? And it might have flipped, it might have changed as you've gone. So I want you to go ahead and notice that. Has the emotion changed at all? Has the way you're perceiving this changed? The way that you're believing about yourself? As the heart rate got higher, as you did more reps and maybe got tired and gripped in a bit tighter, or maybe not. Whatever's true. I just want you to go ahead. I'm just giving ideas out there, but we're all unique beings and we have different things show up. Even though we maybe set the intention in the beginning, that might have changed as we've gone. And the cool thing is that we get to grow with it. So if it needs to look slightly different, but keep growing forward, doesn't mean that, oh, it's not black and white, okay? So if your body is feeling like tension, you can choose that you're going to come in with less tension. If it feels too loose, you can choose that you're going to add more, and it's not going to be perfect. That's what I think is the most important thing to remember. All right, we're exactly at 90 seconds now. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys do this on your own. Okay, 5, I'll call it out. Just in case you were visually looking at me, I invite you not to, okay? I want you to start to take the ownership on this last encore round. If I see that you need a bit of guidance, I will just call it out. You just do it on the fly, okay? So you're gonna step over, everyone's gonna do it on their own time. You are in your own space and you are just doing 5 rows, 5 deadlifts, 5 cleans, 5 squats, 5 presses, and you're just gonna be with it in the journey, okay? So each rep gets your full attention. Go for it. No hands on your thighs. Nice, I like the deadlifts, looking good all the way up. Both sides are working, using your breath, opening your hips. Well done, you're doing it great. Stay true to yourself. You'll then step back, find your setup, own it. Notice your focal point. Where are you looking? Good, and clean it up. Feel smooth. Yeah. Notice the way down. Yes. Beautiful. These are flowy and gorgeous. Both feet are pushing through the floor. Notice your sternum and your headlights. Then squat up and down, both sides helping. Good. Well done. Get your feet underneath you. So you're ready for that quick dip and press with the sternum and the headlights facing forward. Yes. Beautiful. Nice pull down. Noticing how much belief you have in yourself as you do these. That's it. You can feel it. You guys are crushing it. Have the best day, Chris. Awesome job. Once you've done 5, make sure you set it down as pretty as you picked it up. Yes. Take your 20 seconds to reflect and feel and celebrate. Well done. You got about 5 more seconds. And then you're heading over. Let's see. Oh, Kate just said thank you very much. Okay. When you're ready, on your own terms, find your focal point, find it. You are so ready. This is your grand finale. I love it. Going on in for 5 rows. Looking good. 5 deadlifts, right? Using the breath, feeling in your power, but finding the grace in the power, staying honest to what you've learned about yourself today. This is the magic between the both. So set it down, back away, find your setup for that clean. Yeah. And when you're ready and you feel strong, you go for those cleans, remembering to just let gravity help you. Beautiful. You are a team with gravity, and your core and your joints are so cushiony, and it's all coming together. Once you've done 5 cleans, your 5 squats are next. Pull yourself down. Notice if you're getting quicker because you feel urgency. Just honor that. Take a breath and bring yourself back into trust. Use your breath to do it. Remind yourself of your headlights before you move forward. Good. Yeah, little quick dip. We don't need anything too monstrous. Just a quick trust. Yeah. And check in on the sternum. That's it. Where is it light? Nice, pretty set down. Good. Once you've done 5. Well done. Nice. Gorgeous. That's it. Set her down. Gorgeous. Wow. Take your 90 seconds. You're going to need it. That was a lot of work. I want us to just feel what we feel on the other side of all that. You could feel tired. That's a normal feeling. Could feel like you just want to sledge your shoulders. Could feel like Kate's doing some swaying, Deb's doing some shaking and some pacing. That's your body's way of kind of moving off of that. That's the way that your body's going, hey, we're safe now. And I invite you to notice if you are doing it from a place of letting yourself surrender. Really feel that in your body, because you may think that's what you're doing, but is your body actually feeling that? It might still just be a little bit of the energy coming in, and then the brain kind of goes with that. So we do have to do a lot of checking in to be like, okay, is this dictated by my mind, or is my body just doing this and I have no control over it? Because that's what we want right now. Maybe we need to, because we're not so connected in our body and letting our body lead. We're trying things, but notice if it's bringing in, like if you are really pulling into more stress or less. And so that's what I want you to just take the next minute or two to actually notice. So Kate, I am noticing your body actually doing it from a state of like, from the mind. So I want you to notice if your hips want to move, I should see them just floppy, not right? So if they want to move like that, well, could you get on the floor and move your hips side to side? I'll show you what I mean if you watch the difference between me here. I'm coming up. I have to do a lot of muscles to do that. Or could I just drop my hip where I don't do a lot of work? So that's what I want you to notice. Or am I going lazy around to drop? Needs to just be like you're turning to a ragdoll puddle of nothing. That's what we want. There's a visual for you. Okay. It's hard for us. We've kind of went with the belief that pulling and yanking and stretching feels good. And that means that we're going to therefore recover, but it's not how the body sees it. That's still control over in the mind. And so for the last minute, I want you to go ahead and just lay and see if you can just lay there without stretching. Just baying, just being and laying. You can choose what that's looking like. You can be on your belly, on your back, on your side. How can you totally let gravity take you? Oh, good morning. Noticing how you're breathing and just inviting and going through your body like a little checklist, maybe starting at the feet. Could you breathe in and just invite them to be a little bit more relaxed? Then bringing that up into your calves and just inviting a sense of heaviness and into the fronts of your shins as well, and just being held by the floor. And then bringing that up into your quads and your hamstrings. Could you just let them loosen a little bit more with every exhale? Coming inside your pelvis and in the front and those hip flexors and your glutes. Can you let them go? Notice if you're holding on any little tension there. Coming on into your belly and your low back, around your belly button in that area. Are you holding any of those muscles on? Can you let them go? And come inside that rib cage around your heart, into your lungs, and just again noticing, is anything still hanging on there? Can you use your inhale and exhale to invite it to just let go a little bit more, be held a little bit more by the floor? Bringing yourself into your armpits and your shoulder and your jaw and your collarbone. And just letting that go a little bit more. Taking that down your arms. Some can take a bit. Those shoulders really like to hold in. Just get curious and note, is there any more places I could let go here? And how could I use a breath to facilitate that? To really use that mind-body connection, that the body is showing the mind how to relax. And just noticing your whole body relaxed here, even your jaw, your eyes, your ears. And just feeling what that feels like, getting really clear on it. What are the sensations here as I'm in relaxation? What are the emotions that are here in relaxation? How am I holding my body in relaxation? What kind of thoughts are here? Are there any images that are coming to mind? I invite you to bring that, whatever's feeling the most true, and if there's a color or there's energy moving through you or stillness, whatever it is that's the most true, if it's a visual, if it's some words you needed to hear, whatever it is, I want you to bring it up and just massage your brain with it. Almost like you're just massaging it in, so it's going to be a piece of it, like as if you were making cookie dough and you just put in the last bit of flour and you're trying to make it all mixed together. And just invite that in. With the breath, with curiosity, with any new visuals that showed up for you. So we can get clear on, what do I need to look for when I'm trying to find recovery? What does this look like? What does this feel like? Does it sound like? Does it taste like? Does it smell like? And as you're with that, I'm going to invite you to start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, just noticing that outer sense of touch. Okay, noticing the ground and bringing that up into your ankles and your wrists. Again, just bringing awareness to your surroundings outside of you. Bringing that up, knees, elbows, shoulders, and hips. bringing some curiosity of like, how am I showing up in this external world? Noticing in between, how is your belly on the ground, your back on the ground, glutes, whatever's touching, chest, hands, whatever's happening, and start to slowly bring yourself up to a seated position. And as you do so, I want you to really notice if there's any sounds that you can hear. Really getting curious on the space that you're in, listening. And then the eyes probably have opened by now, and I want you to go ahead and look around the room. Getting really curious on being back in this space after recovery. How can I bring this version of myself into my space right here? Taking a nice inhale through your nose and maybe noticing any smells. See if you can smell through your right nostril. You can even just plug your left. And then try it on the opposite. Really curious to know anything that's true for you. You're just getting curious. Take a nice lick of your lips and a swallow. And I have a really fun challenge for you. I want you to see if you can swallow 3 times in a row. And then a nice inhale and exhale, noticing any flavors there. Notice how you're feeling. Set some intentions, go across. Now that we're back in and we went back to that external world, come back in and notice how you're feeling as we brought a little life back into you. Okay. How are you feeling? How are you going to move forward? Use all your information, set some intentions, and have the most incredible day.